Roy, so Craig, what's your thoughts on the game tomorrow night and how things shaping up?
Oh yeah, we've had pretty good weeks. A little bit different, I suppose, playing on a Thursday night. And, we haven't had a whole heap of those sort of games, so we're still following the same routine. But basically we were preparing all weekend, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, guys have been pretty good. We've pulled up reasonably well from last week's game, and looking forward to tomorrow night.
Do you envisage any changes at all, Craig, or is it much we can guess?
No, we don't. But that can change a little bit. We got through this morning, okay, so we're okay.
Looking back on the tape, Craig, what are you taking out of round one? What do you need to improve on?
Oh, there's some things that we can certainly improve in. There's no secret of that. Obviously, where we leaked our tries the other night, so there's certainly some improvement there. But having said that, those guys haven't played together much before, they haven't played together at all before. So we'd like to think that there's going to be improvement. The more practice they get together, So obviously, our start was great, so we'd like to continue that. Hopefully, go for a little bit longer tomorrow night. But like I say, there was a lot of things to really like about the game. But as I said after the game, we can certainly improve on a few things as well.
It's obviously very hard to keep that intensity for 80 minutes, but do you put that the second half? Is that a mental lapse, or is that fatigue, or what do you put that down to?
It's a little bit of everything, I suppose. Obviously it's first game, so people do get a little bit fatigued. We turned over a little bit of ball there, and I suppose one of the main factors, we didn't have Kevin Smith there. So they're the times that your leaders really come into play, and he's been doing that for a long time. So our guys are aware of that, and we're aware of who needs to step up there, and like I say, they haven't had much practice at it, so we're sort of really aware of that in our preparation during the week, and hopefully that'll lead over into the game as well.
Did Brandis and George have to do anything extra this week, or have anyone work?
Not really. Again, we all knew the areas that we need to improve in, so at the end of the day, it's just a matter of putting the work in now and getting them, I suppose, just getting to know each other a little bit better defensively, and then go from there.
And you made Nick on the bench, you really keen to get some time for him. Obviously, he hasn't been good into last season.
Yeah, he did. He hasn't had a great pre-season. He's had a few issues during the pre-season, but he was probably a little bit unlucky. Well, probably was unlucky, with Harry getting hurt. If Harry had played, he'd probably find his way onto the bench, Nico. So besides hurting Harry, it just changes the makeup of your team when, especially a key position player gets injured. So he just needs to keep hanging in there, Nico, and train him well, and he'll get his opportunity at some stage.
Craig, it's Jesse's 250th this week.
Yeah.
What do you make of the career he's had so far and the way he's ridden highs and lows and still so consistent?
Yeah, he's a great club, and Jess is a wonderful. He's been a wonderful player for us. He won 3 our best player awards. That was right in the middle of when our big 3 were at their best. So that's the sort of influence he's had on the team, and I really like what I've seen from him last week. I've liked what I've seen from him in our pre-season. I think he's stepped it up a little bit more. I think he's only the 6th guy, from this club to play 250. So that's a big honour within itself, and a big pat on the back to Jess. It's to play 250 games is a wonderful achievement, but to play it in the position that he's played and the way he's played, it just goes to show what the professional that he is. And so it's a great honour for him, great honour for his family. To play his 250th, and to do it as a captain, I suppose, a little bit extra special for him.
So did you see the Eels as one of your biggest premiership threats this year?
I think, obviously they've been up there for the last couple of years, and I'm sure they're going to be up there again. They've got a really solid side, and I think from the last couple of years they've probably been a little bit disappointed how the season's ended for them. So I'm sure they've learned a lot from that, and really determined to have a different finish to this year. But having said that, it's only early yet, so we're all sort of working out the best way for your team to play. And I'm sure Brad and Parramatta are doing that as well. But they've certainly got a lot of talent in that team. Big strong team, and I think they'll have a really good year.
What did you make of their performance? You guys obviously were quite different in that they started slowly, you started fast, they came home.
Yeah, obviously their first half wasn't what they wanted, and I think Brad said that after the game. So, but to come back from 16-0 at Broncos home ground, it's a pretty big effort. Obviously the Broncos had a few things go wrong with a few injuries, but to still show the fight, to come back from 16-0, shows they've certainly got something there. So they're a quality team.
Right, there's still a lot of talk about the speed of the game and whether the league's made it too fast, guys are exhausted. What's your take on it? Where's the game at speed-wise?
Yeah, well, I think it's a little bit too early to really know, but it's one thing having a fast game, but if it gets too quick, it's going to burn out a lot of players, and it's probably not going to be that great a spectacle, at times in games. But having said that, that's not really my concern. At the end of the day, it's they've made rule changes and rule interpretations for the game to be played for the way they see that the fans want it, and that's great. But we just need to be a bit of common sense about what players' bodies are capable of handling, especially in the long season like we've got. It's not just 14, 16 games. It's 24 games in finals. So, like I say, at the end of the day, those guys will work it out. We're just concerned about what suits us at the moment, and what our strengths are, and where we need to improve, and then we just go from there.
Gary, you ended up speaking to Hostplus about the 6 again. You said the other night, one early and not one after that. Did you end up following that up?
No, I didn't really. Watching it was probably reasonably fair enough. There's probably a couple more that we could have got, but having said that, was probably a couple more we could get away to. So, perhaps I'll sometimes should shut my mouth before I watch the video.
Also following up on Jesse, you were really happy with the meters your big men made to reel against us. They really did a lot of damage there.
Oh yeah, our starting pack, and the guys come off the bench. That's what they're expected to do. They've got the physical attributes to do that. It's just they need to continue showing that mental toughness, I suppose, just to keep doing it, because there's going to be times when it's going to be real tough going. But that's what we expect from our guys. That's what they expect from themselves, and expect from each other. So hopefully we can do some simple things tomorrow night.
Any decision on your future?
No, not at the moment. It's been pretty hectic, obviously. So at the end of the day.
Just finally, Sydney College writing a piece on some of the coaches have influenced over.
Who's that? Sorry.
A Sydney College.
Oh.
I just wanted to ask about Brad Arthur. I know it was a long time since he's been here, but do you remember back when he was here and you said you're not surprised he went on to become a senior coach, I guess?
Oh no, not really. Like again, Brad's, he was our first ever development coach. So which he was looking after the players that would play in RL that were in our squad. So he done a great job. And, done a great job here for I think he was probably here 5 or 6 years, 4 or 5 years. So you could always see him, and he was certainly hungry, and he was certainly he had a good confidence about himself, but he was also willing to put hard work in, and that's what I look for him in players, looking for him in coaches as well. So he's obviously made a good career for himself, and he's had a good club, and he's doing a good job for sure.
You think tomorrow night he'll be ruling that we found Jesse Bromwich back in the day? From memory.
Yeah, probably. I think I might have. You're right there, because I remember Kenny was here. I think just come down from Orange for the weekend, and he just turned up to watch Kenny train. Yeah, you're right. It was great that actually saw him on the sideline. I don't know whether he sort of picked him out or whether he was a bit short for guys training. I'm not quite sure, but he's done us a huge favour there Brad. So thanks, Brad.
Good knowledge, Roy.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, that was good. Actually.